the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So we're going to try and do something incredible today. Absolutely incredible today. We're going to try and do it in the merit of a genuine miracle. A genuine miracle that I am currently experiencing. Hopefully the merit of this will bleed through and we can find success in what I want to do. What do I want to do? I want to try and do a shorter video, right? I want to try and do a shorter video. I got all this content I made when I was offline off my main channel that I still haven't posted yet. It's doing well. People like it, so I got to get that stuff out. So I got all this stuff, but I like to do new content every day for the people who actually went to my other channel and looked at it. So thank you very much. So that is what this video is going to be, and we're going to be looking at Chris Chibnall going over. Get his words on each of his seasons. I've just finished I mostly just finished a deep dive on season 11. I've done really in-depth reviews. I haven't done the Battle of Colossus, whatever, or Resolution as yet. But man, is this a poor season, right? It is such a poor season. I really want to know, what were you thinking? I really want to know, what do you have to say for yourself? It blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. So that's what we're going to. But hopefully, it's not a huge article we're going over. It's from Doctor Who magazine. So hopefully it won't be too long. So what's the miraculous event that I'm doing this in the merit of? Today is Yom Ha'atzmaut. Today is the the day I'm recording it. This will be yesterday for you. Is the Israel Independence Day. Also Cinco de Mayo. So for us here, us crazy religious Jews, we believe this is a big deal, right? This is something that was prophesied for 2,000 years. And now we're here, right? Really, so it's although not all Jews think it's a big, like a lot of Jews religious Jews are not on board with celebrating today because we haven't like a full return to Jewish life in this land, in Israel, which is the thing that we pray and will prophesy for. It includes rebuilding the temple, which currently has the Dome of the Rock standing on it, and a resurrection of a Jewish monarchy, right? A messianic age. That's basically what it is. But you know what? I won't say it's close. So wait, the big broigus is a word for argument amongst Jews. Big broigus going on is we say a special Thanksgiving prayer called Hallel. What is it? When when you hear people sing Hallelujah, right? That's actually from this thing called Hallel, right? Hallel. So I live in a place where they do say this thing, and they say it with a blessing. I have a friend visiting who also we got religious together, and the place we got religious looked very badly on people saying this celebratory prayer. So there you go. Two Jews, three opinions. But are we going to get so many opinions out of Chris Chibnall? No. He's a very simplistic thinker. How do I know that? Because I watched his work and I've read everything. He's just, honestly, on one part of me feels bad for him. One part of me genuinely feels bad for him because he's such a loser. I'm sorry. He's just screwed up and failed in such a profound way. Such a loudly profound way. And it's got to be, a bit of a kick in the balls, hasn't it? I would have thought so. It can't be fun. So there's that, but then he's been such an arsehole. The reason he failed is because he's been such an arsehole about jamming Doctor Who full of obnoxious agenda that nobody really believes it, right? Including himself. It's totally including himself. And frankly, this is all, I think it was all just to make him feel good about himself, make him feel like he's a good person. Listen, mate, you want to feel like you're a good person? Give money to the poor. Go and help people. Do things, right? Do things of merit, right? I don't know. Every time I read his interviews, I'm like, how is this insanely boring person in charge of Doctor? He's like, now I'm very, very happy that I'm staying at home helping my children with their revision schedules for their exam. They don't need your help, mate. They don't need your help with their, really. Although maybe if you did that instead of making Doctor Who, we would all be in a better place. We would all be in a better position now. Fine, before we get into the video, can you hit the like button? That'll be fan, that'll be double done. I'm 5 minutes in. I haven't even started. Is this going to be a shorter video? I'm aiming for 20 minutes. Maybe if I can do it in 10. Oh boy, I don't think I can do it in 10. But I'm 5 minutes in already. So, like, share, subscribe, comment. Please let me know what you think. YouTube is not happy with me. Okay, let's be fair. YouTube is genuinely not happy with me. I keep... well, look, they had this thing called Doctor Who Redacted, which I can't describe because every time I describe it, I get hit with a community strike. It's the weirdest thing. I'm just reading out what they're saying about the people making it, saying it, and they're very happy to be saying it. I mean, do the algorithm like pick up my tone of voice where I think they're full of shit? I mean, is that what's going on? Because I'm allowed to think someone's full of shit. No, apparently not. No, so I can't even talk about it. Right? I cannot even talk about it. They're very, 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 very strict on the old trans issues. Right? I have no way I'm going to intimate having a penis makes you male. No. That's not going to happen. No, and men can have babies and periods and all that stuff, which, I mean, this might get me in trouble, but it does lead to the confusing question, right? The whole thing about abortions going on in America now, about Roe v. Wade, I really don't want to get into it, but the thing is, men don't have a right to choose, which again, I don't really want. There's so many things I can take that apart with, but okay. But we can't define what a man and a woman is now, so who doesn't have a right to choose anymore? I don't know. It's all strange. So anyway, YouTube, not happy with me. Not happy with me. Can you subscribe? That'd be fantastic. Can you hit the like button, share button? And freaking tastic. Sign up to my Substack, email newsletter below. Now, I did promise to send content out to my paid Substack yesterday. Do you think I did? I've been trying, mate. I'm trying. I got 6 shorter videos to record today. This is one of them. Okay, I've got one down already. This is the second one. I got to see if I can record 6 shorter videos today. I can take a few days off, right? And if I can take a few days off, I'll be able to catch up on stuff and send things that's not taking time off. It's not taking time off if you take time off from doing your main thing and then you have time to do other work instead. Okay, fine, whatever. Like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack. So thank you for joining me for this existential conversation with myself. And if I haven't said comment. If you're on Rumble, hit the Rumble button. Everybody move over to Rumble. That'll make life much better. That will make life super, super much better. What didn't make much life better? What did not make life much better? This. It didn't make life better for anyone. Not for Jodie Whittaker, not for the Pating, not for nobody's life is made better with this utter garbage. And I'm sorry, it's utter garbage. Let's have a read of this utter garbage, shall we? Chris Chibnall talks us through each stage of his 3-volume journey. Do you believe it's 3 years? I remember him saying 5. Right? I remember him saying 5. Am I saying he's full of shit? Sounds like he is, isn't it? Fine. So let's do it. The first scene was awful. I go and watch my deep dive reviews. I mean, other than it helps me out a lot. But go and watch my deep dive reviews. They're so bad. It's breathtaking how, on a technical level, how incredibly shit they are. If you want to join me on Sunday night, I was going to do this last week, but I wasn't feeling well. I didn't have enough time, and in general. But I was going to do a deep dive review of It Takes You Away. God, that's so bad. And I remember when it came out, we went, "Oh, this is a good one." It's terrible, right? So so join me on Sunday. I'll be doing that then. We remind Chris Chibnall that Series 11, his first as showrunner, was the first season of Doctor Who since 1978 to include no returning villains or characters. Well, okay, obviously it's only been so 2018. 18 plus 22 is 32, 42. Okay, 50 years. That can't be. So 88, 98, 2008, 2018, 40 years. Okay. You just saw me try and do math. That wasn't pretty. It's been 40 years since anybody tried to do that. Did it work out? I mean, did it work? Honestly, it would have been fine if it wasn't shit. Everything was boring. Everything was lecturing. And look, the underlying vibe of the season was that Jodie Whittaker not being listened to, because that is the plight of a woman. The reason she wasn't listened to, because she was a moron. Why would you listen to a moron? It would be a moronic thing to do, wouldn't it? And that's how they wrote her, as a moron. I'm sorry, white men don't listen to you because you're a moron, but you're still a moron. Other characters. It's not the first time we made the point over the years, but but he's having done of it. When I came in, a lot of people kept saying things like, you want a clean slate? That's not a phrase we'd ever, and that's not a phrase we ever use. I wasn't looking. Yeah, I'm in his voice. So when I came in, a lot of people kept saying things like, "You want a clean slate? You want a clean slate?" And that's not a phrase we ever use. I wasn't looking at it retrospectively, and anyway, that theory discounts Doctor Who. It is the central character. In this season, Doctor Who was not the central character. Graham was the central character. The only character really of any interest whatsoever. The Doctor was still the Doctor, and the TARDIS was still there as well. Okay, the Doctor was a bus driver for his group of socially diverse, racially diverse, but not weirdly enough, in 2018. They weren't sexually diverse. They all seemed straight at the time. Oh, what a bigot Chibnall must be. And being inconsequential in their adventures, right? She had no agency whatsoever. It was I don't understand what they were thinking, right? Maybe this is going to go and explain. So it wasn't if there was no continuity. Yes, we understand you put the words Doctor Who on the titles. We understand you had a TARDIS from the second episodes onwards, and we understand that you had a character called the Doctor. Nothing bad any relation to any of those things we've seen before. Apart from it's TARDIS show. That didn't look bad. Given that Chris had no ambitions to take over Doctor Who, it's perhaps unsurprising to learn that all his ideas for the 13th Doctor's 3 series were generated after he was approached about the job. No! He was saying he knew the Timeless Child back from years ago when he was a kid. No! From when he was doing this open air crap. I don't know. Listen, I want to say no. You're either lying then or lying now. I don't know which one it is. There might have been a couple of little sounds of things I kept notes of when I was a guest writer, where I thought, oh, I could do an episode about this, but generally I didn't use any old ideas because I wanted to make sure it connected to now. How'd that work out for you? It didn't connect to now. Oh, okay. You wanted to connect to your bizarre farcical view of what now is, right? But it wasn't now. That's why the viewing public abandoned you, right? Because it wasn't connecting to now at all. It was connecting to what the tiny little group of piss babies that live on Twitter believe now to be, right? But it's not that. And the proof of that is nobody wanted to watch it. Did you see your ratings? They didn't do well. They haven't done well, right? And at the time in 2018, you were saying ratings were very important as they proved you'd done well. No, they didn't. But I didn't use any older. I want to connect to now. I wanted to make sure the ideas resonated for the moment. Yeah, really, you resonated for the moment, for the stupidest moment in human history, right? I want to resonate with the moment, and it just happens to be the moment. It's the stupidest moment of human history, not the most destructive, the stupidest moment in human history. Maybe the Romans are before their empire fell. They may be stupider, but this seemed pretty darn dumb. And how dumb? Look at this monster they got here. Oh God, it's so shit. It annoys me how shit it is. Scratching the surface of the series 11's innovations, however, reveals a familiar mix of narratives that can be traced all the way back to the first series of 1903. I love the way that socialists think if you find a citation for something, they say, it's the same! No. Something done that ticks the same boxes, but was done with genuine integrity and intelligence, doesn't compare to your utter bullcrap. After the new Doctor was introduced, the woman fell to Earth. We take a trip into outer space with the Ghost Monument. Now, that I actually think was her strongest episode. That or Resolution. I haven't seen Resolution for a while, so I think that's probably the strongest episode. And I don't think that because I still would hope it would be like Doctor Who then, right? Before visiting Earth's history and Rosa. Yeah, please. Rosa was so you could go to your cocktail parties and everybody go, oh, Chris, you're so stunning. You're so brave. That's why the content of the episode didn't matter. That's why it was so stupid, right? Again, you have the villain who came back from 30,000 years in the future, right, to stop the civil rights movement in America. There won't even be America in 30,000. Moron. It's beyond belief, right? And nobody knows it because it's all about going, oh, Chris, you're so stunning. You're so brave. It is traditional, agrees Chris. I agree with you. I'm not a loser. You're a loser, mate. Consulting a list of episodes in front of him, the reason you're doing that in your first season is you're saying to you, these are different types of Doctor Who you can expect. Okay, but they were all shit. Right? We can have a shitty historical where we lecture you, or we can have a shitty contemporary story when I when I pick out a rainbow sweater and go, oh, no reason! This is just coincidence. I'm not trying to say anything. We had another story where we can show off how men have babies and girls have, men have boy babies and girls have girl babies. Yeah, so much bullshit. Okay, so much bullshit. These are the different types of stories. And again, how did it work out? Nosedive, right? The ratings literally nosedived. I have never seen any ratings nosedive before. Your ratings absolutely imploded, right? Do I have the full chart over here? I think this is it. Let's see if this is the right chart. Is it opening up? Oh, now it's giving me a whizzy wheel. There he goes. Yeah, let me just zoom out from that a little bit so you can see it a bit clearer. Right, okay. This is how it went, right? I mean, again, this is the accurate depiction of how it actually went, right? Like, roll down very far. Not very good, right? That is not very good. It's called being very bad. And the reason it did that is because it wasn't very good, right? That's really the bottom line. It just wasn't very good. So you showed us you could do many types of adventures as long as they were unwatchable garbage. As we established, that's exactly what they are. Unwatchable garbage. There we go. These different types that you can expect. You're always going to write it for a smart 8-year-old who's seeing it for the first time. Then why do you write that everything's so insanely shallow and stupid, right? That's really a good benchmark. You're saying the Doctor pitches up in present day and they're catapulted into space. So this is a series about space. Well, sort of. I didn't know this one. You say, this Doctor pitches up in the present day, then they are catapulted into space, so this series is about space. Well, sort of. But it's also a series about history. Oh, wait, you're coming back to present day for an adventure with giant spiders. How do you call that an adventure? Right? Who had giant spiders and an evil Donald Trump, right? Who ended up being the most charismatic person in that first season. I don't know that. And then she said, no, you can't kill the spiders. Oh, Icky Thump, you can't kill the spiders. No, that's cruel. We're just going to let them starve to death or die of asphyxiation slowly. Because that's compassion. Because it didn't bloody matter. No logic actually mattered other than saying, I hate the Orange Man, which is what the entirety of that episode was. So yeah, we're getting a hint. I got a hint by that point about what the different types of Doctor Who you could do. All of them lecturing shit. But then you come into an adventure with giant spiders, and then you're going to do a spaceship with tiny ravenous aliens. That was shit. With Demons of and so on. With Demons of Punjab, where they tackled the partition of India. Very badly. They didn't explain what's going on. You know why they didn't give any facts explaining what's going on? Because the theme of the season was white men are bad. Generally speaking, men are bad, right? But so the Vinny Patel's premise, I believe, with that episode was the reason that hundreds of thousands of millions of Muslims killed each other is because they were manipulated into it by white men, not the brown men. They were innocent. The ones killing each other, they're super innocent. But that's why they didn't give you any facts about what the hell's going on with the partition, because they wanted to propagate this very skewed worldview, right? The only reason they haven't done that with Israel is because they know too many people will call them anti-Semitic, and that's the only reason. The fact is most people don't know about the partition, so they're open to teach. I was going to say show, but teach whatever bullcrap they want to instill. But it didn't work because nobody watched it. It's actually one of my favorite episodes. What I see on this list is a lot of different types of stories. Yes, but the thing keeping them all together is they're all bland, boring, dour, lecturing shit. Like all of them, every single one. Right, that is the one thing that holds that season together, and amazingly, that didn't do well. Right, that didn't work out well for it, did it? Series 11 was the only one of Chris's 3 seasons to operate a writer's room. Yeah, another great idea that you screwed up. Were ideas and scripts that were nurtured in pre-production. There weren't many UK writers' rooms. Really, why is somebody with such an incredible lack of talent like you, Mr. Chibnall, why on earth are you making decisions to change the nature of television production? Like what on earth is giving you the confidence to say, I can nail this, absolutely dootly, this one's for me, no problem whatsoever? And I just don't understand why you would have any confidence whatsoever in your frankly bizarre and insane decision-making abilities, which I think reasonably low, right? They're reasonably low, your decision-making abilities. Again, and I only say that because I've seen the stuff you've done, which generally speaking is unwatchable garbage, right? Absolutely unwatchable garbage. So yeah, I'm gonna because he wanted to sound American, and also he wanted to fill it with diverse. This is the Time Team, right? This is the Time Team disaster. Remember the Time Team in Doctor Who? It was a really cool little idea. People were watching Doctor Who from the beginning, going through it and giving their first impressions of it. Great, fantastic, loved it. So then they wanted to replace it with an all-new Time Team that was spearheaded by Ben Cook of everybody apart from white men, old white men. They didn't want them, right? So the drawback with that, where that didn't work out quite so well, is because these are all socially maladjusted weirdos, which, they generally speaking, the purple-haired people on Twitter screaming about everything, they are socially maladjusted weirdos. You've got one or two sex pests in there, so that to quietly cancel it, right? They're exactly the same where were we? So writer's room. So that's what he wanted. He wanted to have a very diverse writer's room. It was a great way to work because it gave everybody a shared language. And also, writing Doctor Who is a very lonely job. Oh dear. Is it so lonely? So lonely for you? I'm so sorry to hear that. It's so lonely. How terrible for you, right? How absolutely terrible for you that it's somewhat lonely. Second. It's very lonely. Yeah, but if you have a bit of fortitude, you're able to cope with the loneliness of it. If you're a loser, as you are, Mr. Chibnall, not so much so. Not so much so. Very lonely job. So he wanted company. He wanted friends, basically what he's saying. You're sent off into the wilderness to do it, and it's very hard. Oh, it's so hard. I know. You know how hard it is because you haven't managed to do it. It's very hard. We gave writers episodic structures to support them and the whole process. A lot were very involved in the production, and hopefully everyone learned from each other. Okay, it was really fantastic. The only thing that wasn't fantastic is what ended up on screen, which was garbage, right? Utter garbage. It was fantastic. And it made, and it's how most shows are now made. Obviously, we couldn't do that with a third series, but we would have continued with the second. It just didn't work out with timings. Okay, fine. So you're telling me your bad idea that you implemented, you were too shit to continue. Okay, good. Now I believe you. The thick the strict secrecy maintained around season 11. They said not only to mention that a Dalek was going to appear in the 2019 New Year's special, referring to it by codename Kevin. Okay, back in that time, people were somewhat interested. What's with the secrecy now? Nobody gives a shit what you're doing, mate. No, I mean, really, genuinely. Look, here's Tegan, here's Ace, and please watch it. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. The only people who give a shit are the maladjusted weirdos with the purple hair that live on Twitter. In redacted scripts kept out of pre-publicity, because why would anybody want a popular element to publicize your show until the last minute and not even referred to in the title resolution? This felt like a new way to market the world's best known villains. Oh yeah, it's like the American withdrawal from Afghanistan. This feels like a new way of military withdrawing from a country, retreating. It's not new at all. You just had your ass handed to you, mate. We were torn between keeping it secret or not. Okay, this Chris, I'm giving you good advice, well meant. This is good, well meant advice. Whatever your instincts, right? Whatever your instincts are, do the opposite. Do the absolute opposite. So if you go, maybe I'll keep it secret, maybe not. So my instinct is to keep it secret. Do the opposite. The opposite, right? And you might be onto a winner there. That might make the greatest Doctor Who of all time. Do the opposite of everything you think, right? And I'm not sure we got that call right. Oh, I'm sure you didn't, right? I'm much like you haven't got any call right. Emmett's quiz. I don't think there was a general policy on this. You have to tailor it to every season. So yeah, we're going to do a shit season that no one's going to watch. And let's not give them any reason to watch, because they're going to be bigots if they don't watch, and they're not studying and brave, so they're going to watch. No, they're not. I think we did a really good job of building up anticipation for our first season. That's true. I agree. Wow, look, I'm agreeing with him. I think you did a very good job building up anticipation for your first season. And then what happened? Implosion. Absolute implosion. And we tried to loosen things up a bit as we went along. Chris is justifiably proud of season 11. How is it justifiable? Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Chris, do they have the name of the author on this? How is this justifiable? How is your complete failure? You're justifiably very, very, very proud of being an absolute failure, right? And oh God, look at this dildo Dalek from hell. God, I hate it all. That's what Series 11. Only expressing reservations about his own scripts, particularly in that first season. I spent a lot of time helping other writers. Doesn't show, because everything was shit. Helping other writers, and so we had some problems towards the end. I had to go back and do some big rewrites, which meant the version of the episode 10, the Battle of Ranskor of Kolos, was filmed at a first draft. What was it going to be on a second and third or fourth draft? My guess, still shit. Still shit. It didn't feel like a season finale. Nope. It didn't feel like Doctor Who either. And that was entirely down to time. So it's my least favourite script of mine, but I also read that with the Lucid. So hopefully I made up for it, that one. No, mate, sorry you didn't. You haven't made up for anything. Oh, look, so we're under half hour. I feel I've done pretty well here. So we're going to, there's articles on this, on this next two seasons. We're going to be going through all of them. Chris Chibnall, what can I tell you? Not very good at making Doctor Who. That's fair. Not very good at making Doctor Who. Not very good at advertising it or promoting. Not very good at anything connected to Doctor Who, other than giving Doctor Who fans a good laugh, which I think they can. They're just healing enough to be able to manage to laugh somewhere from within our tears. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. So you're notified when new videos drop.